This is Tracy from GiftBasketAppeal, and today we're going to make this economical and easy to make centerpiece for the fall. So let's get started. For this project, you're not going to need a whole lot. You'll need pine cones. This is the top of a shoebox cover, and that's going to be our base for when we put the pine cones on top of this to form our centerpiece. You'll need some ribbon, because what I'm going to do with the ribbon is I'm going to take it, once this is painted, and I'm going to put it right around the edge of this to give it a little bit more decoration. I'm thinking about using some floral accessories, some cute flowers in the fall colors, so that is going to be nice too. So I may actually cut some of these and use them in between the pine cones when I form my centerpiece. You're also going to need some paint, and this paint is called Coffee Bean. That's what I'm going to actually paint this cover with, because I don't want all of this to be showing. I think the brown would be nice, or the coffee bean I should say, and it's a gloss acrylic paint. And I thought that I would also use this Craft Smart glitter paint. I thought this would be nice to use for the pine cones. And you're going to need a hot glue gun and a floral, a cutter for your floral. And I'll list everything below in the description box. So let's get started. So I'm going to use this coffee bean paint. Paint this box, or I should say the box top. I thought it'd be really nice, so I'm going to see how it goes on the first go round, and then if I have to put more on, another coat on, I will. So this is probably going to be the longest process, which is painting this. It's going on pretty smoothly. I like these sponge brushes because they just have an even coverage when I'm painting, and they cover a lot of area as well. And the reason why I use this base is because even though it's going to be a centerpiece, I kind of wanted the pine cones to be kind of sitting on a pedestal. But I didn't want it to be too high. But I did want it to be high enough where it could be seen a little bit easier if it's sitting on a table or maybe a fireplace mantle. It's amazing the things that you can find around the house to use for your project. And I could already tell I'm going to need to put on another coat, because for me this is not enough coverage. I'm just making sure I get all around the sides here. It's funny how you have a project in your mind to turn out a certain way, so we'll see how this one goes. I think it's going to be okay though. And we're going to let that first coat dry, and then once I see how it looks, I already can kind of tell I'm going to have to add another coat on. But it kind of looks like a wood grain almost. So we'll see how this dries, and then we'll see if we need another coat. While the base of my centerpiece is drying, I figured I'd go ahead and start painting my pine cones using the gold glitter paint, and it's by Craft Smart. And this should look really nice on those pine cones. And so all I'm doing is painting mostly around the tops. And these are going to look really nice. Just a subtle hint of gold. Let's see if I can show you. I'm just using a smaller paintbrush so I can get in around here. Once I get to the bottom, I'm just going to be painting like the outsides of the pine cone. But you can color yours just about any color you want. It doesn't have to be sparkle. It could just be the fall colors. So I'm not sure if you can see that very well. I'm just painting right on the outside. So mostly up in the top here is where a lot of the gold is going to be. And then as you move down to the bottom, just brushing the outsides. And for this project, I'm using 8 pine cones, which should cover that entire base. Okay, I'm going to just let these dry. And we're almost ready to attach it. We just have to, I have one more step to do with the base before we attach our pine cones. The base of our centerpiece is all dry and it looks really good. I like that glossy finish. It almost looks like wood. And so as you can see, I just left the inside like that because no one's going to really see it. And that looks really, really good. So now what I'm going to do is, because I don't want it to be plain and I kind of want it to match the sparkly things in on my pine cone, I'm going to use this ribbon. And it's got a nice little shimmery sparkle. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to hot glue it right around the base of this, just to give it a little bit of detail. So starting in the corner, I don't really need a whole lot of glue. It's pretty hot, so I'm going to start here. And I already pre-measured it to make sure it goes all the way around. I'm just going to go straight across. Might do a little bit of glue right there. I'm trying to do it as straight as possible. Straight as you can get it. It doesn't take much for it to stick. But I'm already liking the way that's going to look. Just let it dry for a moment. And put that on there. Just be careful because it's really hot. Almost all the way around already. You just need a little bit. And you don't have to do this, but I just thought it would be nice, a nice little extra. Almost done. And for the paint on here, and I'll put it in the description box, I put 2 coats on, so I just did 30 minutes drying time between each coat, just to make sure. Okay. And I'm just going to overlap a little bit on the corner there. I think I used just a little bit too much glue on there, but it still looks good. And now it's time to add our pine cones. So I'm going to add the glue to the bottom. And I'm just going to place it right on to my box. It's just amazing how easy this is to do. I just want them kind of leaning in towards each other. See if you can see that. Okay, so I'm just taking that flat end, adding some glue to it, And I have this actually, I started out on a high temperature, but that was too high, so I turned it down to the lower temperature on the hot glue gun. I'm just going to hold that on there for a moment. Okay, I want you to get a closer look at that. It's coming along very nicely. And it's pretty much sealed on there. Oh, I got that one more that has to go on. Let's see. This one I'm going to put a little bit more glue on there to secure it. Needs a little bit more glue. Okay, and then I've got my flowers. I just wasn't really sure what I was going to do with these. I think I'm just going to put some strategically in between, just right around here, to give it some color. And then I've got these, so I'm going to put the flowers on first, and then I'm going to see what I'm going to do with these. I really like those too, and those fall colors. That green is really nice. Let's see. I'm going to do with this. I'm going to cut it even closer on there. Just see how I want to put that. So you can see that. Thinking of just putting the flower like in between each one. And all I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue on there. This doesn't need a whole lot. And then just push it in. Oh yeah, it's pretty much on there. I'm just leaving a little bit of a stem on there because I want to be able to have it grab onto something. And the nice thing is you could choose your own colors. And I got these, they had so many at the Dollar Tree. Really nice fall colors. And I'm just tucking these in, you can hardly see them. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue on, and I think I'm just going to randomly tuck these in. And I'm using 2 flowers right in between. Okay, so I placed all of my flowers in between each of the pine cones. And I even stuck some on the top here. But you can arrange them any way you want. And it's pretty much secure on there. Just right around the back so you can see what it looks like. But I feel like it needs just a little bit more. So I'm going to take some of these berries and I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on there. And I'm going to just kind of stick them right in the middle here. Just to give it a little bit more. Putting some glue around the stems. And I love the way these colors are coming together. I love the earth tones and the browns, and then the sparkle on the pine cones really makes it look good. A little bit more on there. And you don't need a whole lot of glue on there to really have it stick. So it's pretty secure in there. This hot glue sticks pretty fast, so just a word of advice to get it in there as soon as you can. And if you haven't seen my pine cone wreath tutorial, be sure to check it out. I'll put the link in the description also. And if you use pine cones from your yard, make sure you put them in the oven to kill those bugs. I put them in for 30 to 40 minutes at 200 degrees. Okay, this is filling in really nice. And that looks awesome. I hope it looks just as good on camera as how I'm looking at it right now. And I've got these cute little stems with the little, I don't know if you can see that. It's got these little things sticking up. It'll be a nice accent. And I'm going to stick those in there too. Okay, and our centerpiece looks really good. And I'm just going to turn it around to see what it looks like on the other side as well. Here's what it looks like from that front side. And if you want, you could put some more flowers in the sides here too. So that's another thing to kind of decorate that area as well. So go get those shoe boxes and some pine cones and some flowers from the Dollar Tree and start creating your centerpiece. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.